Rights campaign. Obviously, yesterday was a very big day for us as three Democratic senators who voted no in 2009 have become public yeses. And of course, our first Republican, Jim Alisi of Rochester, is a yes. We have a lot of momentum. Things are moving in the right direction, and we want to keep it going. And we're very, very excited today to have Cynthia Nixon and Sean Avery up in Albany working with us. So I want to first turn over to Cynthia to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I'm very excited to be here. It's a very exciting day in Albany. It's a very exciting week. You can really feel the changes in the air. Change that has been coming for a long time, and that change is coming because of the hard work of 5 groups who have come together in a really beautiful coalition. The Empire State Pride Agenda, the Human Rights Campaign, Freedom to Marry, Marriage Equality New York, and the Log Cabin Republicans. They, along with our longtime legislative allies, our incredibly stalwart governor, and a groundswell of public opinion, have really brought us to where we are today. And I want to say that it's okay to change your mind. And I think that that's what we're starting to see. I think that people have for a long time voted with the status quo, and I think today people are starting to vote their conscience, and it's, my fiance and I were here lobbying 2 years ago, and while we had some really productive meetings, it felt very different. It felt like we were at the beginning of a conversation, and people were just starting to get their minds around it. And there has been, in the last 2 years, due to the hard work of the groups that I've mentioned and the legislature and constituents, there has been such thoughtful debate and deep thinking on this issue. And that is what is allowing people to stick their necks out and vote with their consciences. And the truth of the matter is, people want to be on the right side of history. And people want to be remembered for this vote. And they don't want to be remembered for their no vote. They want to be remembered for their yes vote, because who in history has ever voted to progress civil rights and looked back on that vote and regretted it? On a personal level, I'm so excited because I've been engaged for a little over 2 years now, not getting any younger. Would really like to be married in my home state of New York. My girlfriend and I have 3 children. They are busting their buttons today with the news of the 4 senators who have come out with their yes votes. And I just want to say, we're not there yet, but we're going to get there, and we're going to get there this week, and in the next hours, and in the next day, and in the next few days. Whoever you are, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Increase the pressure. Don't give up, because the sports is really not my forte, but the finish line, the touchdown, the goal post, it's right there, and we just got to put that ball through. And luckily, I have an enforcer with me, which is just what Albany needs right now. I think that all of us here are working as enforcers, because history is going to be made. We just have to do that last little bit. So I'll turn it over to Mr. Avery.
Well, I usually get extremely nervous about walking into buildings that look like courthouses, but this is a special day, and I think that when I was asked to make the trip to Albany today, I didn't hesitate at all, and I think that if a guy like myself or some fellow athletes like Steve Nash or Michael Strahan that have come out and supported this, I think that if you can see how open-minded these guys are, that it's kind of frowned upon to be okay with something like gay marriage. I think that if you're on the fence or you're a little bit nervous about being okay with it, it's fine, and I think that that's why I'm here, just to get that point across and help as much as I can. And there's a gentleman from Staten Island that I'm looking for today that I'd like to have a chat with and shore up a couple of votes. And I'm going to do it as kindly and gentle as possible for the next couple hours. So just cross our fingers and hope it gets done. So thanks for having me.
Okay, we'll take a few questions.
Now, you answered part of it. How many senators, if any, are you planning to meet, both of you?
I don't really want to say, but I've met with a bunch already, and I will meet with a lot more this afternoon. And I just think it's important to say that I'm meeting with Democrats and Republicans, and some people I'm meeting with who have already declared themselves yeses, and I just really want to say thank you and tell them how meaningful that is to me and to my family. And some people I think are still on the fence, and I think that we're engaging into a lot of meaningful discussions, because it's not about badgering people over the head. It's about talking and explaining, and sometimes it takes people a while to get there, and that's okay.
And is the idea, Sean, behind your visit to show, someone from the sports field, which has traditionally been, you've heard more or less people against the issue, is it to show that there is support and that...
I mean, I think what it does is it gives, the contractor in Staten Island that maybe doesn't want to jump over that fence. It gives him that ability to, he looks at a guy like myself or maybe Strahan or Nash and guys that he looks up to. It gives somebody that comfort, and I think that, I guess that's the most important thing from my standpoint, is just trying to make people feel that are uncomfortable comfortable, that aren't against the issue, just against maybe coming out and supporting it.
So was it hard for you to do?
No. I mean, I can handle myself. So.
You're an agitator.
What would you say to the politicians who, as Senator Alisi mentioned yesterday, he was talking about his 2009 vote, and he said that was a political vote. And what would you say to those who might see this through the lens of politics and say, if I vote for marriage equality, that it's going to imperil my position in this body, and that imperils the good work I do for my constituents on many, many other issues?
I would say that gay rights is here, and if you don't understand that gay people are human and that they deserve to be treated equally as everybody else, you're back in the dark ages, and that is not going to stand you in good stead in local politics or national politics or any kind of politics. Increasingly, I think some of the homophobic comments of the other side that used to stir people up, voters are not buying that anymore. And I think if you really want to have a political future, you have to be for civil rights for everybody.
Quick question for you. As somebody who's waiting to get married, has this been an emotional process between the last time you lobbied?
I mean, it's certainly, I think, for me and a lot of people that I know that are in that position, certainly it was devastating the last time the vote happened and didn't pass. So we're all on tenter hooks, but I don't think we've ever lost our hope, because it seems so obvious and so right and so true. And we know it's only a matter of time, but when you have an 8-year-old, you want to be, 2 years to an 8-year-old is a long time. So I don't want to wait any longer for myself, and I certainly don't want to wait any longer for my kids.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.